You know what's great about counting in when it's only two people? I feel like I'm actually in sync with somebody. When there's like an extra person, I feel like one, if not all of us, are not on the same page.
Not same. I think it's literally only you every time we do the count, if we're gonna be honest.
I believe that.
Every single time we do the count, you're the lag in my ear, the only one that's like drastically in the background. But you know, it always comes out fine at the other end. So I don't know. I'm not here to judge.
You know, it's like that one kid who's always in last place in the group when you're running for like, what's a group running activity? When you're doing boot camp,
what is a group? Hold on. I want to let's unpack that. What is a group running activity? Well, the only activity where several runners in a group do stuff is either marathon or cross country. So what did you say?
Boot camp.
Boot camp. Yes, of course. Everyone's favorite group running activity. Boot camp. My guy.
Listen, the cadet might be in last place, but he survived and he kept up with the group and he finished the course, and that's all that matters.
I'm not saying that boot camps don't have group running on the agenda periodically, but when you say what is a group running activity, singularly, specifically, and discreetly, I don't know if I'd put boot camp as my number one thought.
Neither would I, but today it was, and so I can't really
right
testify against it. It's simply what happened. Those are simply the facts of today. Will those facts be the facts tomorrow? I don't know.
I've been hearing a lot about some brain worms that die in people's skulls, so maybe we got some of that going on. What do you have a comment to that?
The only thought I had in response to that was, I really hope I'm a Kennedy.
Damn it! I didn't know if you knew what I was talking about or not. Shit! Oh, we gotta pull it back, man. We can't bring politics into this, guys.
I mean,
my God, I thought that was gonna be a me only joke.
Joke's on you. I'm in the room with you.
Joke's on me. Well, I guess I am the fool. Justin, how you doing this evening, bud? It's only a 2-man cast tonight, in case anyone in the ether was curious.
I'm doing pretty good. I had not an epiphany. That's definitely not the correct word. I had an
epiphany.
I had an experience. That's the best word I can come up with at the moment. Where I think I did such a good job on the summary, where like I actually summarized the events of these episodes to the point where I eventually got to. Normally I write the bullets first. I did the opposite this time. I wrote the summary first and then did everything else and then ended up on the bullet points. And by the time I got to the bullet points, one, I was tired, so I was already like mentally gassed. But also I was like, what more could I contribute? I've said everything in the summary. These bullets are honestly meaningless and pointless. So that's a new experience.
So you're proud of your summary, then, is what I'm hearing.
I think so. I think I have done possibly the best job I've done, if not ever, in a long time.
I don't know about ever. We've had some bangers. I'll throw this one in the top 10 though, if you feel that confident about it.
All right. Well, I am feeling confident. You know what I'm also confident about? My ability to read, which, historically, maybe I shouldn't have such level of confidence, but
can I tell you, when you were like, you know what else I'm confident in? And in the back of my mind, I was like, playing Rage. That was the perfect segue into an ad read of all time.
Speaking of brain worms, it really speaks to us as culture, I think, that we could all recognize that a Raid Shadow Legends ad can really be inserted in literally any form of speech, regardless of context, ever. there is always an opening.
It's a universally recognized gag at this point. I mean, it's not even like, but honestly, that means whether you like it or not, as a company or a game, they got a really good brand identity and marketing strategy. Because anytime anyone talks about an ad read, it's got to be it's got to be top 3 most like thought of. Like, oh, hey, you want to put an ad here? And everyone's like, Raid Shadow Legend.
Yeah, like our generation grew up on like catchy jingles for TV commercials. The generation after us is probably going to be more associated with, I remember the Raid Shadow Legends commercials. Insofar as,
dude,
I just remember Raid Shadow Legends as the number one brand on any YouTube video ever.
Fucking cereal brands and who else fucking... It was always like catchy jingles or slogans. Mm-hmm. Those were the ones that always got you. Oh, and then mascots. Yeah, I think that's why I remember cereal fucking so much. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Mascots aren't the same anymore, man. Have you seen what they did to the Apple Jacks cinnamon dude?
Not recently. I mean, I know they had a relatively big rebranding back in like 2009 or something.
I don't know how recent it was, but they went from CGI, clearly Rastafarian cinnamon stick to 2D, far more childish, cartoonish.
Jack. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Cracker Jack. Okay, no. Yeah, the Rasta cinnamon stick guy. That's Apple Jacks. As in, what was before Apple Jacks? Was that the wombat looking motherfucker? Yeah? You know what I'm talking about? The guy who looked like Venonat? Or am I thinking of Honeycrisp? I think I'm thinking of Honeycrisp. Never mind. I don't think that was
Are you talking about like the giant furball with the crazy eyes?
Yeah.
That was Honeycombs. That mascot is... That's a sleep paralysis demon. That's all I know.
It's like Venonat mixed with the Tasmanian devil.
Actually. And then when they made it into a live action, like costumed character kind of thing, that felt like a step too far. That felt like someone, the whole board on the advertising team did acid. They came up with this idea and then potentially when sober said, this is great. Let's go through with it. But it's been 7 minutes of us talking about not One Piece, which I love because our opening segments are top tier. I hope all you 90s kids enjoyed this conversation.
Always top tier. All you 90s kids. Also, I just remembered, in addition to the cinnamon stick, there was also like the angry apple for Apple Jacks. That shit was funny.
Yes. Do I remember what their rivalry was based off of? I honestly don't remember now, but I remember those characters.
I think it was always like they were racing to get in the bowl of cereal.
That sounds
right. And then
right.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they were always in a race. And the apple was like, I'm going to be the one to make it taste like apples today. I'm going to be the first one into the bowl of cereal. And then the cinnamon stick guy was just like really casual and, chill about it. And everything would go wrong for Apple. And cinnamon stick guy would always be the first one in the bowl of cereal. Then Apple would be like, damn it, not again. Looking stupid.
One day.
Yeah, see, this is branding works. I still remember this plot line and that like it was yesterday.
I couldn't tell you American history, but I could tell you the history of the Apple Jacks advertising campaigns.
Listen. I mean,
at the end of the day, that's really what real American history is all about, right? Like, it's all just commercials. It's all part of consumerism, right?
Totally agree.
Anyway, I'm going to start reading the summary right here, right now.
Do it.
We return to One Piece this week with the conclusion of Franky versus Senor Pink. Without ever mentioning a word to anyone, Senor Pink reminisces about trading in his suit for a diaper, all for Russian Smile. Not even the Donquixote family was privy to this tragic tale. As he's continuously pummeled by Franky's fists, Senor notices that the rain Russian love so much has stopped, causing him to cry. With one final blow, Franky shatters Senor Pink's sunglasses along with his fighting spirit. Franky wipes away Senor's tears and asks him to meet him for a drink one day and tell him all about the woman named Russian. Franky escorts the Tontadas into the Smile Factory once more before collapsing. Moving on to the flower field, we see an exhausted Kyros defending against an undaunted Diamante. Realizing he no longer needs to hold back against his amputated opponent, Diamante unleashes a hailstorm of caltrops using Death and Jambare. Despite this very real and visible damage he's absorbing, Kyros advances through the storm, startling Diamante. With the rage and pain of not just himself, but all of Dressrosa behind him, Kyros lands a sundering strike, and as if that wasn't enough poetic justice, the cherry on top arrives as Diamante falls, cracking a skull in Scarlet's grave on the way down. After noticing his comrade has fallen, Pika abandons his fight with Zoro to address Kyros. The two exchange words where Kyros says that he and his allies are determined to return the crown to King Riku, and Pika took that personally. Pika decides to go kaiju mode, becoming a giant stone golem once more, and slowly makes his way to King Riku, causing ruination with every step. Having no clue on how to stop Pika yet, Zoro flips through his playbook for ideas. Can't warn anyone, can't jump on Pika's back, can't take him out the knees, nothing. So what's left? Have Orlumbus shot put his ass so he can chop up Pika and corner him in the sky, where he can no longer run away. And in one final battle of armament hockey, Zoro comes out on top. Because throughout the 9 mountains and 8 seas, there's nothing he can't cut.
Bro, I'm just like flabbergasted that my man came up with 5 actual ideas before he eventually came to the one that was gonna get best him for Pika. I mean, the dude actually had reasonable attempts at figuring the problem out. Good for you, Zoro. You used both of your brain cells worked really hard on these episodes, and I'm proud of you.
I really thought number 4 was gonna get him when he was like, "I'll call him on the Den Den Mushi," and then he sticks his hand in his pocket, and then there's no Den Den Mushi, and I was like, I feel like you definitely had one of those.
No, he definitely did, but he, like he said, he's like, I must have fucking dropped it. Fucking idiot.
Tragic.
Classic tragedy. But hey, Justin, I'm sad and also glad that I was able to be here with you this week on this set of episodes. We started this week with the tail end of one of my favorite side characters in this entire fucking franchise, the Senor Pink himself.
Nice.
I gotta know how did the backstory go off last week with you and Christian?
Christian
did Christian
just
become a
could
believer?
No, Christian's not a believer, and it's a tragedy.
What
that man is heartless.
Wow, what a fucking goo, dude!
I have to go on Cast It and say this on recording. I'm glad Christian's not here today for 2 reasons. One, he wouldn't have cared about the Senor Pink ending, and that in of itself is just so disappointing.
Patu.
But also, I think it was last week or the week before, he was talking about how he doesn't expect Kyros to beat Diamante in a straight up 1v1. He assumed he would need some type of assistance or like a second round or something like that. And I remember saying, bro, if Kyros can't win this one-on-one, then like, what's the point? If Kyros can't win this battle, then what hope is there for me? But you know what? Kyros did win the 1v1. He did it all by himself in the most badass way possible, in the most extreme, unlikely of circumstances. But he did that. And now I'm filled with hope. And honestly, I don't think Christian would have appreciated all that if he was here today.
Wow, I didn't realize you were so inspired from everything that's been happening in these episodes, man. Jeez, this is a big week for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like just imagine this. You put yourself in Kyros' shoes. Your wife was gunned down right in front of you, more or less. You were turned to a toy. No one remembered you. You couldn't feel your wife's life fleet from her body as she was dying in the rain. Couldn't feel the rain. Couldn't feel nothing for 10 years or however many long it was. You had to raise your daughter without your daughter realizing you're her father. You had to train your daughter to kind of fight, even though you would never want to actually put her in a dangerous situation. But that was what was necessary for that time. And then you have to now save your daughter from the asshole who killed your wife and has played a large part in ruining your life.
Right. Totally agree.
So if that guy, so like you look at this man who has gone through the ringer. He has so much pressure on him, so much rage, so much proper righteousness on his side. And if you were to look at that character and watch him fail, that would knock all the winds out of my sail personally. I'd be like, what?
Could not agree more.
What is there to it? What's the point?
I remember vaguely when Christian said this. So you're reminding me. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago now, or something like that. And I was like, I didn't like challenge him at the time because like I didn't want to feed him or spoon feed him like what was going to happen. But in the back of my mind, I'm just like, so they set up the Kyros versus Diamante. Like Kyros is a tragic motherfucking character. He in this arc is pretty much the line that we have to the kingdom of Dressrosa. Like he is like a native of Dress that is basically tethering us to care about the plight of the nation. I mean, I guess there's the Tentata too, because the Tentata are pretty cool, but I mean, they're all like tied together really. Through Kyros is like the only major line that the gang has to giving a shit about what's happening in Dressrosa. And in my mind, you don't set up the guy who's been absolutely Goomba stomped for the last 10 years with the worst tragedy that you can not possibly imagine, but pretty damn close. Set him up with a 1v1 with the same dude that killed his wife and expect this to end in either a draw or a Kyros L. Like, bruh, really? you thought they drew all this out? That like the line was in the sand and you were like, yeah, I don't think Kyros wins this one, man. I just don't see it.
Christian was just so far in the Diamante camp of like, because prior to this week, Diamante wasn't seemingly trying. I think that's very accurate to say. So he assumed that if Diamante really stepped up and tried a little harder, he could easily mop the floor with this guy. And I can understand that take on in a vacuum. Because he's like, oh, it's like a devil fruit guy who's strong versus an amputee who's like exhausted and theoretically has like every disadvantage you can imagine. But then I'm Christian, I also think he really wanted Robin to fight. That's really the bias that was peeking through his thoughts. He just wanted Robin to step into the fight.
Yeah, that's really what he wanted. He just wanted Robin to throw hands. I'm pretty sure Christian and unspoken, maybe not majority, but like a group of the community and the institution of people that watch this show always sleep on the dumbass part of people's quirks. When villains are dumb, they're always just gonna remain dumb unless the plot tells them not to be dumb anymore. Diamante was a fucking goon. And I
agree. Did you get the feeling that he was just like, maybe not him, but like when you were watching,
right, go ahead,
I guess the first half of this battle within this week's set of episodes, like starting from the second half of 7/16 or whatever we're on, and then moving into 7/17, did you get an air of like Diamante's just a goon? Like he's getting like it's goofy, like between his facial expressions and everything else?
Dude, I've been saying this since the day we met him. So, okay, I have another confession to make. At one point when we first met Diamante, I brought to the table that he has the flag fruit and that members of the community immediately wrote this motherfucker off as having a terrible devil fruit. I think I said I wasn't one of them. I lied. I was one of them. And I tell you this in confidence because I find through Christian and Devin and the other side of the argument, I do see a use case for this guy's fruit. I can see the vision. I really can now. I don't think that his fruit alone is bad. But from the moment we meet this guy, he's essentially, anytime he's talking to Doflamingo, he's like, oh, you know me? Like your most trusted combatant? No, I couldn't. I mean, I'm only the greatest warrior that's ever existed in the Corona Coliseum. And then Doflamingo's like, yes, I know. You are the greatest. And he's like, yeah, you butter me up, Duffy. Of course I'm going to go help you. Do whatever you say. He's like always been this arrogant and like self-centered, self-fulfilling narcissist. And then he also is just annoying with a bad power on top. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say bad power. With a arguably niche power on top of it. I never for a second even really believed that this guy was much stronger than any of the other executives, let alone the strongest of, you know, I guess the ones in the Coliseum or whatever. Like, I don't know. I never felt like this guy was particularly strong, and he's neither did I ever feel like that he was a particularly like intelligent guy. He's an idiot. He's a goon. Like he's like anytime he's taunting Rebecca, like I'm only getting reinforced. I remember when I first watched this, I'm like, man, this guy sucks. Like I feel bad for anyone that has to like play this character. He is like only fun when he's doing gags. But then, like, his quirks are just so, like, his, like, dialogue quirks are just annoying. I don't know. Like, I almost hate him more than Treble, and that says a lot.
Okay, I was here to not necessarily be on your bandwagon, but respect your opinion and recognize the hill you're dying on. You lost me, man. No one in this family is worse than Treble.
You don't understand. I like a lot the sound of Treble's voice actor.
Nah, dude.
So much.
Listen, I'm really glad I listened to the episode that released today where you opened up with the Treble mimicry or whatever the proper term is here. Because earlier today I was like, man, you're so good at it. I kind of want to hear it. But also I hate Treble.
I'm spot on. I'm telling you, I'm spot on. It's fantastic.
It's scary. It is scary good.
It's really funny though.
It's like, wow, I love your talent, but also could you be talented in a different way? Or like, oh God, he's in the room with me. It's the worst.
I fucking love it, dude. It's so good. The guy not invented, but the guy who did that character for the dub. I mean, he's a real one, man. I gotta learn his name. He did great, fantastic. I haven't been enthralled with a dumb villain character voice persona as much as Treble as I have with like another character like Foxy or whatever. I'm losing my words or losing the thread, but like Foxy's another great example. Like the way that he talks like this with the straw hats or something like that. I can't even tell you. It's almost like a Brooklyn meets Boston, but like a nasally Wario sound. It's fantastic. It's incredible. Fantastic VA. I need more Foxy in my life, is what I'm getting at.
I'm here for more Foxy, but keep trouble away from me, man.
Hey, you want some of my snot?
Everyone here was worried about Chop Up Bob being their sleep paralysis demon. No one expected trouble from the top row.
No one ever expected the fucking goo man himself from the top row. But anyway, yeah, I just like Diamante. I don't think there's a lot of redeemable qualities in the way he fights or in his personality. And can I say the thing that matters to me most of all? I also mentioned when we first-ish met Diamante, I think when he showed his devil fruit off for the first time. So Diamante is he's a character that was visually based off of the singer of Aerosmith, also known as Steven Tyler. And there was a gag that the dub did, which I respect. I love gags, where when they introduced Diamante, for whatever reason, when he did like a move call out, they had him go and like mumble, "Take me down to paradise." And I told you guys at the time, I was outraged because "Take Me Down to Paradise City" is not a fucking Aerosmith song. Okay?
It's a Guns N' Roses song, I believe.
It is a fucking Guns N' Roses song. Thank you. Now, I will admit, I believe Axl Rose is a guy in Guns N' Roses, correct? Is this a correct statement?
I'm going to tell you you're correct. I genuinely don't know, but I believe it.
I got to look this up. I don't want any fucking naysayers in the back calling me a fucking animal. Hang on, let me look up. Axl Rose, let me double check. Axl Rose is in Guns N' Roses. Yes, he is in Guns N' Roses. Now, some argue that Diamante is reminiscent of Axl Rose and not Steven Tyler. To them, I say, I disagree. Fuck you. But I see the vision. I do. So if that's the line, I respect it. However, I'm going to stick with my narrative because it makes me more outraged and I think that's funnier. So anyway, he's Steven Tyler. And they did a Guns N' Roses gag when they first introduced him or introduced his power. Christian had... When I had the naysayer in the back. He was like, "Well, wait a minute, Brendan, hold on. What if this is the bit? What if they go out of their way to not do Aerosmith, but he continues to like quote boomer rock songs?" And I'm like, you have my attention. I like this idea. This is a great gag. Hold on. You brought me back. I didn't think it was possible, but you brought me back, Christian. I am so unhappy to report to you, Justin. They never did it again, ever. It never happened. They never quoted any song. They never did Aerosmith. They never did anything. They're cowards. What I'm telling you is that Funimation sucks at having fun. How dare they? They ruined it. They ruined a perfectly good gag.
You know, I appreciate you enlightening me to your thoughts about this the scenario that's been presented to us.
This is very near and dear to my heart, especially when it comes to music gags, because you know me, I love when they just quote songs from time to time. There's a quote that we won't get to for a while that Usopp says where, well, I guess I won't say because it won't get there for a while, but it's great. And it's another song quote. And there's several others that I can't wait till we get there when I can, reciprocate them for the team here. Some of my favorite time. But in my eyes, they took it out. I don't care. I don't care if you're based off Axl Rose, Diamante. I don't care if that's the actual inspiration. You look like Steven Tyler to me, and they never did an Aerosmith joke. Therefore, I hate it.
So Brendan, let me ask you a quick
the rest
question.
Of my time.
How do you feel about fan dubs?
How do I feel about fan dubs?
And what I mean by this, what I truly mean to ask is, how do you feel about your prospects of entering the scene, if you will?
I don't know what you're asking me directly, but I'm
asking you directly here and now is, are you trying to make your own fan dub and make this dub a reality? Not this dub, this guy a reality.
Well, all I'm saying is Diamante never rode an elevator, but if he did, and they didn't say, "Wow, there's no love in this elevator, is there, guys?" or something to that effect. I don't know where I was going with this. Anyway, all I'm saying is I need more Aerosmith in my life. I don't want to be a fan dubber. I completely lost my own thread. Justin, stop bringing me back. I can't keep beating this dead horse.
So since we're here, we got Kyros versus Diamante. Kyros is putting up a decent fight for the most part. We first look at the battlefield of, the waving ground, the flaggy ground, if you will. And Kyros is clearly having trouble keeping his balance and is therefore having a bit of trouble going on offense. It's so he lunges at Diamante, startles him, and then Diamante's like, his sword's not working, here's a gun! And shoots him in the quad. And something about that scene was really funny to me. Like, I think it's just Diamante's whole persona just being kind of goofy. Just, in my head, I just hear like something, just some stupid dub of just like, here, gun! I don't know, just something really stupid of just like, oh, here's a gun. Just something focused about...
Well, I mean, he taunts him in the dub, or like he's always like, oh no, was that your leg I just shot? Or something like that, like some stupid shit. But like in my mind, my guy, you have a gun. You brought a gun to a knife fight. Fucking use it. Like, what are you doing?
I mean, he did.
Why? He did, and then he was like, all right, I'm gonna use my sword again. Like, just use the gun. If you got it and you're gonna use it, like, do it. Go all in. You could have won this fight. You are standing toe to toe with a guy who only fights with sword while holding a gun, and you're at any point, like, your thought is, I should continue sword fighting him. No, bro, use the gun. It worked. You should do it again.
I think that's the funny part. It's just the sheer introduction of introducing a gun again in this context of like sword fight. Oh no, I'm gonna bam. Just the imagery of him pulling out a gun is funny in of itself. Let alone anything else that's happening in the context. Something about that was just so funny to me in ways that I cannot accurately articulate. And then, as you say, he's just a goon who's like, all right, cool. Now they shot you with the gun I killed your wife with. I'm going to pull out my sword.
I know, even better. Then he's like, and you know what? Instead of the gun or the sword, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to pull out some spiky balls that fall from the sky, which I love this too. I don't love it. I find it kind of annoying, actually, where the spiky balls are coming down. And Kyros is a badass, by the way. He just tanks it. He's like, well, you know what? I'm just, this is, I couldn't feel shit for 10 years. The fact that I can feel this pain just means I'm alive. That's all that matters. And then Diamante's like, fuck, that's hardcore. Anyway, don't kill me. Meanwhile, Kyros eventually, like, he starts scrapping with Diamante, and Diamante's like, how are you fucking moving? Like, you're getting hit with so many spike balls. And he breaks the umbrella. Once the umbrella that Diamante's using, it's like an iron umbrella so that he doesn't get stabbed or whatever. Once it gets cut in half, Diamante is in the rain with Kyros. The only one who's getting hit is Kyros.
And then he doesn't get hit a single time. I was so irritated by this.
They didn't play this off where, like, oh, now that the umbrella's cut, surely he's gonna get hit by like one or two spike balls.
No.
He just exists, and then Kyros is still taking him on the chin.
Kyros must have been way bigger than Diamante than we perceive, because he must have been towering over Diamante to absorb all of the cow chops raining from the sky, because there's absolutely no conceivable way that Diamante has managed to just sidestep his own attack like this.
I think Diamante's taller, but to be fair to Kyros, he is much beefier than Diamante, and Diamante is a very tall, slender man. So I'm
definitely being facetious. This is just utter bullshit. I have no way to make logic out of it. This is nonsense. Absolute nonsense that he does not get even a single graze of anything from his own attack.
I'm glad Diamante's gone. I can't in good confidence, like, tell you or the listeners that I had a great time with the fight. Kyros was great. I love him. But, like, the Diamante portions were just, like, they were not it on this one, unfortunately.
Really?
I feel bad. I feel like Kyros took an L here.
I definitely don't feel as strongly as you do about Diamante.
Fought the L guy.
I definitely thought this was entertaining.
I just like Diamante. He's like he's easily my least favorite of the Donquixote goons.
That is very interesting.
By a substantial margin. When we make a tier list, F tier, absolute F tier. If they would have at least done one Aerosmith joke, he could have been a C. But you know what? They dropped the ball. Anyway, but Kyros did win the fight, and he had a great time too. Well, not a great time, but he was satisfied, and I'm glad that you're satisfied, Kyros. And, you kept your word. You made sure that Rebecca, at the very least, as long as she didn't have the desire to pick fights, that she didn't have to. And that's good. I don't know about the scene where it's like your hands are fucking pure. Don't stain them. But, that's a little.
I don't know. It's pretty spot on. She's never drawn blood from everybody, as far as I know.
I guess, like, is it just me? The energy where you're like, those those pure hands have never been tainted with drawing blood. Like that energy just like feels weird to me. Like maybe it's just a me thing.
I don't know. I think
weird.
I'm not gonna say I 100% agree. I will say that the words that Kiro says or the energy he brings toward his daughter is very close in proximity to like weird misogynistic lines. You know what I mean?
That's all I'm saying.
I don't think he's there, but
back.
He's like he's kind of
he's
holding it. He's hugging it.
The good news is Rebecca's 16. Don't mind the over sexualization of her character, by the way. Rebecca's 16 and he's her father. So like in some way, like, you know, this is, you know, a very
That's how I see it. I'm like, no, this is man trying to be a good dad and I'm all here for it.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Is it very traditionalist?
So I'm glad you're doing it.
Is this like the worst traditional value to upkeep? I don't think so, personally.
Yeah, I definitely think that out of all of the traditional values, that is probably the least egregious. Yeah, like wanting your kids not to have to kill people to survive is like, you know, pretty up there in terms of like relatively good parenting, I would say. I guess there's like the way when you say it out loud and the way you say it sometimes comes off a little yikes.
That's fair. I can conceive
that's Kirsten Diamante. And then as soon as the fight is ended, we of course cut to Pika being Pika shit. Coming up out of nowhere and being like, hey, so anyway, what do you guys like about the king? Like, what's his deal? And then Kyrus is like, what do you mean? He's great. He's my hero. And then Pika's like, well, I'm going to kill him.
He's like, yeah, well, Delphi's my king and he's my hero. And you know, the way I see it is that coup d'etats and invasions happen all the time. So like, I don't know, just get good. He was just, I guess, I don't know, in his mind, he's like, a spade's a spade. Like, we invaded you, we won. You're going to try to invade us. We're going to make sure you don't win.
Like, no, you're right.
This is fair game.
He's like justifying their position. Like, listen, bro, like we invaded and we won. Like, it is what it is. Like, get over it. Stop being so salty.
Actually.
Like, what do you mean, dude? Like, they're allowed to be salty. It's just like he's almost like, listen, you fucking lost. Get over it.
He was very much like, don't hate the player, hate the game. Like, I was like, what do you want about, man?
No, it was more than that. It was literally like, I don't know why you're so upset. Like, we just won. That's all. Like, get the fuck over it. Like, it's not even don't hate the player, hate the game. It's, guess what? You lost the game. Stop talking about it.
And stop trying to ask for the salty run back. Like, game's over, man.
Yeah. They're the kid in the playground that was like, listen, you lost. We're not doing 2 out of 3. Fucking get over it. And like everyone else is like, well, that feels a little unfair. Like, what do you mean? Like, what like we want to see the running average, and they're like, nope, no running average. We won. Don't worry about it. Like, hey, you know, I mean, I know you won rock, paper, scissors, but like best 2 out of 3, and they're like, nah, I don't want to ruin my win streak. That's
before we get to the nitty gritty of Zoro versus Pika, how do you feel about the fight, quote unquote, in general, on a big picture kind of scale, like zoomed out?
Big picture kind of scale. I mean, let's be real here. Zoro, he's Zoro's, and you know that's what we come to expect. So if you gave me a tier list of Zoro wings, I had a great time with this. I never have a problem. I don't have too much of a problem with Zoro fights and their choreography, because for the most part, the tried and true formula, with almost the only exception in, okay, no, I guess Kaku and also the knife guy was a little bit different, because I feel like I need Zoro to have named attacks in choreography and not just like playing like defense or like, you know, like with Pika, it's like anything that wasn't the final like killing blow felt like just like messing around, like swatting like his like shit away. So he's like, man, I just want to get close to you so I can cut you or whatever. And like then you have a fight like against Kaku, where there's a whole bit where he's got like, you know, Usopp as a sword for a minute. Kaku turns into a, you know, square giraffe, and then Zoro's like, what the fuck? I don't even know what to do here. And then he has to start like deflecting some of Kaku's moves or whatever. I don't know. It just felt fights like that feel a little bit more involved, a little bit more like interesting. Whereas fight like this, where again, we go back to for being a Zoro wing, is great. I had a great time with the Zoro wing. I don't think it's the greatest fight in the series. I'll be honest. It's not in my top 10. But I do like the fact that this attack, so the first thing he does is he does a stronger version of the move that he used against Mihawk, however many moons ago, and to cut giant fuck off Pika in half. And then everyone's like, holy shit, he actually did it. And then Zoro's like, I'm going to do it again.
Which blew my mind. I was like, oh, you could just do that?
Yeah, you can do whatever. What do you mean? He made the move. He can do whatever he wants.
It doesn't follow the anime formula. It's like, oh, I use my super move. I got to wait for it to like come off cooldown or something. He was like, nope, I got to do it again.
Well, no, you know what he did? He's got the one that he used to finish Pika off, like the one that he used with Mihawk, with the babier one. That's on a normal ability cooldown. He used his ultimate to cut main Pika. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they were two different abilities, completely different. They did the same thing, but two different abilities for sure. He cut Big Pika with the 3 Chiliocosm billion-fold world, I think, something like that.
What a mouthful, crazy. By the way. I remember when that first got announced, like, revealed to the world, and I tried reading those subtitles. I was like, what are you saying?
Dude, I just love hearing the word Chiliocosm.
I had to learn how to pronounce that today.
Word.
I was like, for the longest time, I just kind of glossed over the word, and today I was like, no, I'm going to learn how to properly read this.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty good. It's like you hear it and you're just like, I don't know what that is, but it sounds really fucking sweet. It's essentially when he does 3,000 worlds is him saying, like, because he does 3 all the time. He's like, yeah, it's an attack as strong as 3,000 worlds or whatever the fuck. And then when he goes like 3 Chiliocosm billion-fold world, he's essentially going like, okay, now I'm going to take those 3,000 worlds, I'm going to turn them into galaxies, and now I'm going to throw 3 galaxies into these blades. He's essentially just doing the Gurren Lagann bit, but with swords, and I'm here for it. That's fine.
No,
I'm not going to cry about it. Yeah, that was super fun.
Just for the longest time, that word broke my brain.
I think the thing I like most about this is honestly the lead up to him deciding how he's going to knock Pika down a peg. Because the whole gag with him being like, oh, I wonder how I could do this. Like, I can't shout. They won't hear me. I don't have my snail or whatever. He's like, I can't throw a sword attack. It won't be strong enough when it gets there. And I'm like, fuck, dude, this is a hard one for you, huh? Like, what are you going to do, man? And then it's like, hey, bro. Hey, you, or a 2x4. And then he's like, do you mean Commodore? And he's like, yeah, that's what I said. Anyway,
wait, in the dub he says 2x4?
He said he does 2 bits.
That
he goes,
is
hey,
so,
what's up, 2x4?
That is so much funnier. That's a way better guy.
And then there's another one. I forgot what he fucking said. Instead of Commodore, I think he said like troubadour or something. I don't know what it was.
That's so good. They try to rhyme. That's great. The dub just, or not the dub, the sub just gives us like a synonym for Commodore, like, hey, president, like that wasn't what they said, but similar energy of like, it's not funny exactly. That's great. Shout out to the dub.
I mean, that's what localization will do for you, baby. Anyway, he's like, yo, what's up, 2x4? And he's like, I'm Commodore.
I love that. Anyway, I love that so much.
Can you? He's like, can you? Were you did that bowling shit earlier, right? He's like, yeah. It's like, can you do that again, but with me? And then he's like, I mean, I can, but why? He's like, I want to be a rocket.
I need to get up close and personal. He's like, okay, I can throw you, but it was never a technique meant to make people land safely.
I got a mean fastball. Like, don't worry, we got this. I just want you to know, like, it's not meant to keep the ball safe. And he's like, oh, don't worry, my captain, I've been training for this my whole life. Flashbacks, PTSD to all the times that Luffy's done Gum Rocket and pulled his ass along.
Yeah. The animation of of Zoro's gums flapping when he first takes off, that was great. That was a nice touch.
It was a good touch. It was a great bit. But yeah, I love the lead up to him being like, I'm gonna fly and cut him. And I'm like, that's what you do, big guy. That's what you do. and he certainly does. And then I also love this. So there's God, I should have looked it up before we started recording tonight. Hold on. Once upon a time. So this episode, God, we're getting close to where I finally deviated from the anime and started reading exclusively manga as it released in the series, like proper, right? And I can't remember if it was the manga or like the episode, or this episode came out at the time where I went on the subreddit for, it was like one of the first times I've ever gone on the One Piece subreddit too. And I looked up like people talking about like the episode or the chapter. And I remember I was reading some comments, and some guy who's probably like a fucking computer science major, like computer science nerd, was like, oh yeah, when Zoro was cutting Pika to size in order to like, filter out where he was hiding, that's essentially like debug 101. You take your whole program file and you start sectioning bits of it off in order to figure out where the bug is. And he's like, thanks Zoro for helping me learn my computer science homework tonight. he used like a word to describe like the methodology for discovering this fault condition or whatever, or this bug debugging method. And I was like, wow, look at that, Zoro. You're a true coder after all. Classic debugger. I like that bit because anytime I see this scene, I can't stop thinking about this one goon on the subreddit one time that was like, basically what I'm telling you is that Zoro is a computer science major.
There's only one thing that could have made this funnier. Is someone like me with a smooth brain who would have just read the word bug or like the word debug, but focused really hard on the bug part of the word.
On the bug part.
And gone, yeah, I always knew Zoro was really into pest control. Something stupid like that. That's something I would have said.
It's a good bit. I like that bit. But yeah, no, I like that a lot. No, I think what Zoro did here was super fun. And then what is also super cool, I mean, it's Zoroing, so, that only goes super far, but I really like that they went out of their way to reintroduce the 3,000 worlds here, only this time it actually fucking hurt a mofo, right? That's great. We love that. We love growth. That's visual, tangible growth in our main man here, our favorite mossy guy.
Now that I'm watching it again, I have better memory, allegedly, and better understanding of the series and stuff like that. I'm conflicted about this fight because, like you said, this is definitely not a top 10 fight with Zoro. For reasons I'll explain, this wasn't a fight. This is like one of the few, if possibly only, fight where Zoro's struggling part of the formula isn't like, oh, this guy's beating my ass. It's this guy just doesn't want to fight me. And so he's just trying to catch up to him. He's like chasing the prey. And he's like just getting outpaced. So, that part is a little unsatisfying, right? Like you want to watch sword guy do sword guy things, not watch him chase somebody, right? And then on the same part of that, it's like, okay, well, this is kind of cool to someone maybe of like, well, Zoro's fight wasn't, really boiled down to like fisticuffs like it normally is or strength of will or whatever. It was really... It was based around him like kind of outsmarting his opponent, which I don't ever really see or really remember him doing in most of these fights, So like in one aspect that's kind of cool, but then it really just comes down to like I chased the guy for 30 episodes and then I finally got to catch up with him and then I like basically one shot him. And it was the move of Zoroing in this regard was cool, especially the callback to fighting Mihawk and I'm kind of glad Christian wasn't here because he might have asked about like the whole Black Blade thing. Because I'm pretty sure in that flashback of Mihawk like mentions Yoru as one of the best Black Blades or something like that. And then you see Zoro swords turn black because Haki, and then we would have had to potentially explain what the hell that means, and I can't even do it. So I'm glad I don't have to have that conversation with him. But like,
okay,
it's just rough. It's like I want to like this fight, but it's just hard. I can't put it in top 10. I think if he even has that many fights.
I think this more than any other Zoroing in the franchise, I would say, has the most sour taste in everyone's mouth because at this point in the series, unfortunately, Zoro is like we already know that our main cast is still batting below like their like fighting average, right? Like even though Doflamingo is the villain in this arc, he's menacing and he's a great compelling character. I don't think anyone has on their bingo cards that his crew like trouses anyone in the main straws like at all, right? Which part of the reason why we have to have all the side goons do it is because if we brought the straws here, like we're at this point where the Straw Hats are still like they haven't met any matches, and narratively they really can't meet matches yet because they haven't like they're supposed to be ready for the end game, but they're not in the end game. They're still in like the climb to the end game, right? So I sort of feel like, especially here with this Zoro fight, Zoro is tremendously over matching Pika here. He's batting well below his average, and he knows it. Pika might not know it, but he knows it. And Oda knows it. So he needs to sort of like finagle this conflict very carefully in order to keep Zoro from looking too weak here so that he can, have a reasonable expectation for when he is struggling, and when he's struggling, it makes sense. And I can respect that. And he's not going to just be struggling every arc like we were in pre-time skip.
It was, it's like, I think on paper, it's like, this is one of his more important fights because one, I think it really puts an emphasis on like his development in observation hockey and then his also armament hockey and stuff like that. You really get to see it on display. So like in a narrative perspective, I think this fight is important. But outside of that, it's like, man, this is lame. But, I digress.
Man, I'm a little surprised that you of all people came in here with the man. I didn't like the Zoro fight.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today. I was like, do I want to admit this to the world? And I don't think I could. In good conscience, really go like, yeah, I love this fight. This is top 10. Like, nah, bro. Everyone knows this fight is kind of lame. It was like a cool ending. It was flashy.
All right. Well, how about we end let's round out this recording then and talking about something a little lighter. We talked about it briefly, the Senor Pink. I'm glad that we're here. I'm glad we got the full Senor Pink storyline. I unironically think that Senor Pink, like even with his dumb hard-boiled gag bit aside, is probably one of the most whiplash, well-written characters that this entire fucking show has. Christian clearly didn't feel the what do you call it, the virus. But when I got here and learned this about my man, I was like, holy fuck, where did all this come from?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what a goddamn what an absolute champion. I love you, Senor Pigs. You're fucking so hard boiled. Of course, he has been. He always has been. I love this when Oda does this shit where these characters that look seemingly ridiculous have some of the most thought-provoking and honestly emotionally inducing backstories that you could ever imagine. I love that. I love it so much.
They killed off a whole infant, and Christian was like, not sad, but he kind of did it to himself. I'm like, what do you mean, bro? I understand
he
that
did it to himself. What do you mean?
Senor Pink has a large amount of accountability to hold in this tragic tale, but come on, man.
No, I agree completely. That's a wild take. And also, how could he have done it to himself? He was just gone for work. The kid got sick.
Yeah, sure, he lied about his job, and I don't know if he carries his phone with him out to sea or whatever, but my God.
Yeah, what the hell? And then he broke down he completely reinvented his entire persona just so that he could see his late wife smile in her vegetative state one last time. And then he's like, you know what? If this is the only time you ever smile, babe, this is me now. This is me. And I'm like, shit, dude. Imagine changing for someone that quickly.
What blew my mind was that no one knew about this at all. I obviously I don't have great memory, so I'm like, wait, no one on the crew knows as far as it's been explained to us. And that blew my mind, especially because I'm like, wait, not even Dofi knows, presumably? I'm like, that's crazy. What a secret to keep. I guess
he respects certain secrets in the family, I guess. I mean, shit. Power to you. He's clearly Doflamingo is just a very misunderstood boss, I think we've been demonizing him a little too much.
I agree. He's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy,
He's not a bad guy. We've been demonizing the heavenly demon.
We need to start focusing on the heavenly part of that epitaph, man.
All right, now, okay. Well, you're losing me on the bit. All right, anyway. I'm glad we got. And honestly, also the Franky portion of that fight, also fantastic. Franky, what a guy. Love you to death. You have my only quote this week. Where you see, man, you see Senor Pink on the ground with tears in his eyes, and he's like, man, what's making you hurt like that? Maybe one of these days when we cross paths again, we can get a drink and you can tell me all about that girl you call Russian. What a banger way to end the fucking fight between men.
Speaking of this, since it's just you and me here, I can ask this in a more, what's the word? vague way. You know about that one cover story panel, right?
Oh, I know. Oh, baby, I know. And it's my favorite fucking cover story panel of all time. Well, I mean, not
would
all time,
it have
it's
been wrong to like introduce it to the crowd at home if they were around?
I think, I wouldn't do it.
Dang.
I think, well, okay, if you take out the chapter title and there's absolutely no other spoiler in it, then yeah, I think it's fair game. Because I mean, it's all like not make believe, but it's all like
it's
what
mostly make believe.
Anyway,
it was like a fan request, right?
Yeah, it's all fan request stuff. So then, yeah, I take that back. I don't know why I'm being a stickler. Just to get rid of the chapter title of whatever it is in that chapter, because I don't remember what that is. And then, and just be like, yo. And in fact, other people loved this relationship between Franky and Senor Pink so much that they demanded Oda fucking draw the panel already. And then it was like, fine, here it is.
It's just Franky,
it's very wholesome.
Senor Pink. I think there's a cat. Like a cat person? Did I make that up?
It's either a cat bartender or a gator bartender. I don't remember. But whatever the animal is, it's a bartender.
Was it? Wait, okay. Isn't the bartender Bruno from the bar?
No, wait, no.
I gotta look this up. I swore.
Hold on.
I feel like there's three customers, the obvious two, and then like some weird anthropomorphic animal person, and then Bruno's the bartender. Damn, I wouldn't even know what chapter this is. Franky.
Hold on, I got this.
Drinks. Is it? I like to zoom in and enhance.
Hold on.
Okay, I am way off. There is no Bruno from the bar. I think what I saw was like a fan-made thing.
It was an animal, right?
Yeah, the bartender is an animal. I really thought the official cover art story had Bruno from the bar as their bartender.
Okay, it was a leopard. No, I got it now. Yeah, here we go. This fucking shit. We got Senor Pink, who's just happy to be there, like telling his story, and Franky, who's fucking bawling, like, I love you, man. I wish I could have met Russian. And the bartender's sobbing. Oh my god, what a great panel.
This is from only 1021. I thought this was like a far older cover story, not this far recent.
Nah, absolutely
not. Crazy.
Actually, this one's great because it's colored and they block out the chapter title. I say this. You can give it to him. Fucking we had to do it to him.
Had to do it to him. Shout out to that random community member somewhere on the internet who made a random piece of fan art where it was Senor Pink, Franky, and Bruno from the bar just hanging out for whatever reason. I genuinely thought that was the original cover page. That's how good it was, whoever you are, person.
Definitely did not happen.
Damn, what could have been?
Oh man, what could have been? But anyway, yeah, that was that's that. And you know what? As a segue, or now as we continue and move on. What was I going to say? Next week? Wait, are we ready for next week? Is there anything else going
on? You mean like in this podcast or in real life?
In this podcast. I guess in the show that we haven't covered yet.
Only thing that really matters is, don't worry, guys. Luffy and Bellamy are still kind of not fighting, in case you somehow forgot over the course of these weeks.
Yes. Bounce peace continues.
yes. And then I only made a bullet point because I imagine this is going to be relevant in some capacity. We get a random cutaway scene to Fujitora talking to some troops. Excuse me. And he orders them to gather all the civilians into a central location, a quote-unquote defensible location. So, he's just trying to round everybody up and, kind of be on guard for something.
So he can kill them. What?
I didn't say that. Did you say that? Did you hear something?
What? No, I didn't. I didn't hear nothing.
All right, cool. So yeah, that was it. Seemed like such a random thing that's probably important, but who knows?
I wonder what Sabo's doing.
That is a great question. And less about Sabo. I'm asked, what's that? Koala, that's her name. Last time we saw Koala, she was running
we see Hack
somewhere.
In every other scene on the fucking the plateau. Hack's in the back.
I wonder what Koala's doing. She seemed like she's on a mission, like actually.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, she's hanging. She's vibing. But all right, next week is. I think that concludes this cast. Next week is going to be 720 to 722. Moving on to quotes. I have given my only quote. I love the hell out of the end dialogue between Franky and Senor Pink to death. Easily my favorite part. The solid shout out to Kiros and Rebecca, relationship lines here, but I gotta give it to my boys. I really do.
I'm really glad I went back to that episode to find the single quote because I would have felt a little bad. So my only one quote. We covered the scene already and lightly touched on the quote itself. Kiros talks to Rebecca. Your hands are still clean. Those are the hands in which your mother Scarlet's spirit lives. There's no need to bathe those hands in the blood of a devil like him after all these years. That's the end of the quote.
Incredible.
That's my only quote.
Powerful. Very powerful.
Very powerful.
All right. From quotes, we're moving on to Golden Ham. Justin, I have an idea.
I'm scared.
I'm looking at the list. I am looking at this list of golden hams, and I am seeing a severe injustice on the world. Now, I will admit, unfortunately, there is a solid contender this week. Like, this would not be a complete throwaway. I feel like Kyros has done a lot to earn it this week, for sure. I agree. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. However,
yes,
you know who isn't on the list of golden hams yet?
Many people, but go on.
Absolutely deserves it.
Fisher Tiger's one of them.
That's not true.
I'll never forgive that.
Okay, well, I mean, that's fair. I'm just saying a guy who's not on this list, who's never gotten the golden ham, that deserves the golden ham, that was in these set of episodes that I love to death. Justin, hey, buddy, what do you say we potentially give it to the hard-boiled man himself, Senor Pink?
You know, I'm never going to be able to redeem Fisher Tiger. He's never coming back as far as we know. And that makes me very sad.
Yes.
And it would also make me very sad if Senor Pink did not get the golden ham. So I'm totally on board with this.
Thank you. That's my boy right there.
I also genuinely believe that there is a potential window of opportunity for Kyros to win golden ham with the remaining time we have in this arc.
You know, I don't know if I agree with that implicitly, but I think that there's a chance. Yes, there are definitely chances. I don't know if it's going to happen, but there are.
I don't think it's a great one.
Yes,
but I want to believe.
Besides, Kyros he's already like a 2 or 3 time winner, I think, isn't he?
You know what? That's... Did we give it to him as Kyros? Possibly. We definitely gave it to Lightning Soldier a couple times.
We gave it. Okay, actually, no. I think he's already won like 3 then, because we've given it to Lightning Soldier twice, and you definitely gave it to Kyros for the Kyros backstory episodes. So Kyros is already a 3-time winner.
Absolutely.
I mean, Kyros is a great character. He deserves it. He deserved it in this set of episodes as well. I just feel like there are 2 people that deserve it, and only one of them is going to get a single shot for the remainder of this arc. Therefore, I'm picking him. And that is that. I am biased. Yes, it's been rigged from the start, people. Anyway, moving on. Always has. Fan mail. We do have fan mail this week. Justin, go ahead, please.
We got a quick little email from listener Emerson, who just wants to know what is our favorite arc.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think we've answered this in the past. I mean, I'll go first. Really, I mean, I will always to this day love the Water 7 saga to death. It is my favorite. Now, I do think this question becomes a bit interesting when you split the show between pre and post time skip sections, because I sort of feel like each part of One Piece has its own flavor, and I don't think that post time skip is exclusively better than pre, and I don't think that pre is exclusively better than post. Each have their strengths and weaknesses, and my favorite arc in post time skip, we actually haven't gotten there yet, but it's very similar to things. I don't want to say too much because this is the non-spoiler cast.
I feel the same way. Pre time skip, I'm big on like Sabaody to like Marineford, but I think I'm kind of partial to Sabaody. I just like seeing all the supernovas get introduced and Kizaru and all the stuff that happens there. I really like that stuff. Post time skip, Dressrosa was not my number one for a long time. But as you know, the series continues and things change and develop, I think my number one is the arc that just concluded.
Has it been dethroned? Because before you made a fucking haiku because you were like, oh, they're tied, and I'm like, that's bullshit.
I think I was just I just didn't want to make a decision. Now, where my heart lies currently is, I think number one is like the most recent arc to finish in One Piece.
Yes.
Both anime and manga wise. Also, that also kind of feels like a cop out because it's so big that it covers a lot of material. So I'm like,
it covers a lot.
Yeah. So it's like, it's in terms of like length.
It's only like 200 chapters or some shit like that.
It's like in terms of like content, depth or what's the word I'm looking for? Density. It's like almost the same of me saying, oh, I liked everything from Punkazor to Dressrosa kind of stuff. Like that's kind of like how much goes on in that arc. So it feels a little bit like cop out, but I genuinely like love what went on in there. And then honestly, It hasn't finished yet, so it's a little unfair to say technically. But the current stuff going on, I don't know if it's going to be number one.
Fire.
But it's really fun.
It's pretty good. No, I have a great time with like all things One Piece, to be perfectly honest.
I don't know. The current arc is just doing different stuff that's more up my alley. Where I'm like,
I kind of agree. I agree in a big way with what you're putting down. I think that when it comes to what makes me decide a favorite is I need to look back like reflectively and really pick apart what were my favorite themes, what did I gravitate towards the most, what was really good storytelling choices, what was a really good character driven choices, and really I need to create like a spreadsheet of like individual ratings for decision makings per arc so that I can determine what's my favorite. And it just so happens that I sort of feel like even now, and I think I said this in our spoiler cast, the arc that came before the one that you're saying is your favorite, I think is still my favorite of the post time skip stuff.
I can't wait to give that a proper viewing to see where I like place my feelings about that.
Yeah.
Because people hype it up. They're like, no, this is my favorite arc. I love this arc too. This is this, that, and the other. I'm like, man, I chose one hell of an arc to not watch, I guess. That's
I'm just saying, I think it's fucking fire. It's fantastic. The themes, the characters, the color, I can't I'm talking too much. Anyway, we're suddenly not that far, so I should really keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of scary.
I mean, we're gonna be there. I'm pretty sure in less than 100 episodes we're there.
That definitely sounds right. There's not
like in less than 100 episodes we're starting for sure.
Yeah, this arc is coming to a end sooner rather than later, and then I know the next arc after this is not terribly long. I don't know how long, but relatively short.
It's still like a good 20 or 30, I think. I don't remember for sure. Well, wait, why am I saying this out loud? Anyway, moving on. Stop doing this.
Thank you, Emerson, for the email.
Anyway. All right, Patreon shout-outs. Twinkle, Taco, and Rid, we love you. Yeah. You're our favorites.
We love you and all of our other patrons out there for supporting us financially.
You are the ones that we recognize because you pay for it, and we love you for that. Thank you.
You pay us way too much money, actually. But thank you.
Hey, don't stop saying that, man.
Listen, I'm not telling him to not pay us. I'm just saying I'm expressing an exuberant amount of gratitude. That's how you reel them in. That's how you keep them on the hook.
Yeah, but like, why? But you're also like you're like negging them a little bit, right? Like fucking like don't do that.
Listen,
like
if it's working, it's working.
Is it? I mean, I guess it is, but like, I don't like the idea that you're taking responsibility for this. Like, you're just like wholesale. Like, listen, what I'm doing clearly works. So, like, okay, Republican. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway.
Oh man, I brought political agenda Brendan out twice tonight. Oops.
Since Christian is not here, we do not have the garb gab with us this evening. So nope, Brendan, do you have the grab bag?
Political agenda brag tonight. Say that again.
Do you have the grab bag with you?
Of course I have the grab bag. I have it every week because I'm the only one who comes prepared.
Sure. Do you want to stick your hand in your own bag?
As a matter of fact, I do. And you know what I put in it this week?
No.
Are you going to take the bag or what?
Oh, okay. I don't know. My vision was you just kind of hold it and then go in it yourself.
Well,
I don't know.
No, I'm giving you the bag so you can hold it the fuck open. All right.
All right.
And you know what I put in this bag, Justin?
Not even a little bit, but go on.
I put in a bunch of snakes. Yeah. Oh, look at this guy. Look, you see him? He's a little gardener snake. I mean, they're all harmless. I didn't put anything like, fucking crazy. Oh, shit. Oh, hey, never mind. There's at least one cobra in there. All right, Justin, you might want to close that bag.
Gotcha. We're going to tie that up real nice and good.
And throw that on the, wow, I got fucking lucky. All right, anyway, this little gardener, I wrote on everyone's little heads what we're going to do. This little gardener says, what the, it's Brendan Trivia?
It's Brendan!
Are we ready for
Trivia?
It's Brendan Trivia! Well, son of a bitch! Slap my ass and call me Sally. I don't know why I said that.
I feel like that could have worked if we slapped your ass and called you a contestant, because that's exactly what you are today.
Yeah, it's me. I'm ready for trivia again, and this is the Zach edition. Oh, the Zach edition.
Shout out to our community member Zach. These questions are mostly fielded by him and his emails, so appreciate you for doing all the heavy lifting. So just to inform you here today, contestant Brendan, you have how many? 1, 2, 3 questions courtesy of Zach, and I have thrown in one bonus question with making it a total of 4.
Okay, hell yeah! Is there like a theme, or are these just like wholesale?
Zach, the theme is more or less Dragon Ball Z. He wrote this email back when Akira Toriyama passed away.
Oh well, shit. I hope my DBZ knowledge holds up. Hey, I remember a goon that worked for Piccolo from back in Dragon Ball era. His name was Tambourine, and he looked like a little like gremlin alien dude with wings.
That's more than I know. Anyway, you ready for the first question?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Question number 1. Which main characters from One Piece and Dragon Ball share the same height of 5'9"?
Oh, fuck off. All right, well, hold on. I can do this. Luffy's definitely 5'9", but Goku's definitely not 5'9". Bro, is it Vegeta? Is it Vegeta? It's Vegeta and fucking Luffy, isn't it? It's Vegeta Luffy. It's gotta be. Is it Vegeta Luffy?
Do you want to make that your final answer?
That's my final answer. Give it to me straight.
Wow, this is so tragic because you definitely had it right the first time. It is 100% Goku and Luffy.
What? That's bullshit. All right, well, no, I'm pretty sure Goku's kind of tall. Hold on. Oh, maybe I'm fucking wrong. No, now that I think about it, I think I remember seeing an image of Akira Toriyama or Oda drawing both of them, and they were like arm in arm. Never mind, I think they were the same height. Hold on. Damn it. I thought Goku was like 6'3".
Your thought process is iconic. I love that, by the way. That was great.
I mean, I was like, I know Luffy's the 5'9". I just need to figure out who the 5'9" is in Dragon Ball Z, and I just couldn't. It like in my heart of hearts, I did not think it was Goku, and I'm like, well, if it's not Goku, it's got to be Vegeta because he's short as fuck.
Other eligible answers included Usopp, Adult Gohan, and Beerus. Also, fun fact, their height can be recorded as 69 inches.
Nice.
Question number 2. Are you ready?
I am ready for question 2. I accept the fact that I lost the first one. That's fair.
Sorry, hold on. I definitely edited this question a little bit, and I don't think I edited it correctly. Excuse me as I
because I'm
down. I just got to delete one word. Okay. Which Dragon Ball Z character shares the same voice actor as Luffy? There are 2 correct answers, one for the American dub and one for the Japanese sub. Okay. Also, I wrote a note here. There are multiple correct answers for dub, so I'll accept those if you manage to get them.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot for the dub because, I'm a dub fan. I feel like this question's more fun if I stick with sub because I already have the answer for dub. I'm trying to think. I know it's not Goku. It's not Goku. This up, I mean, it is an old. I know it's an old lady, but fuck. I actually think now that I think about it, was Gohan and Luffy the same? No. Hold on. No. That's wrong. Luffy is in Dragon Ball Z. The Japanese Luffy is in Dragon Ball Z. I just gotta. Fuck. Who is it? Is it Bulma? No. Chi-Chi? Maybe? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do Chi-Chi and Luffy. Final answer for Japanese only. And if I fail, I'll fucking shotgun you a bunch of dubs that are the same.
That is unfortunate. No, the correct answer for Japanese sub is Krillin.
Oh, Krillin and Usopp. That one's the same. It's the same in dub too. God damn it. Wait, no, it's not. Krillin isn't Usopp. Is he? No.
Krillin is Krillin? Luffy in Japanese sub. They have the same voice actors.
Oh, in Luffy, that's yes. Oh, fuck. I do remember that. Oh, my brain. Oh, it's so flat. It's so smooth. God damn it. I knew that. I did know that. All right, well, I can tell you that in the dub. Gohan and Luffy share a VA. Shit. Let's see what else we got. We got Chris Sabat, who plays Piccolo, and Vegeta, who voices Zoro. We've got Krillin and Usopp in the dub. You got Trunks and Sanji in the dub. We've got, I think it's Android 18 and Robin. No, that doesn't sound right. It might be Android 18 and Robin. I don't remember. And then, who else is a big one? I know that, not Beerus, but Beerus is like right-hand man. And like the snooty guy, and Brooke share a VA. He was really good. Whis, that's his name. Whis. Yeah, that's a good list. I'll stop there. That's
While we're here, shout out to Mayumi Tanaka. Why do I always struggle with her last name? Mayumi Tanaka, the Japanese voice actress, and Colleen Clickenbeard, the American voice actress. Colleen has voiced Gohan, as mentioned, but also Android 18, Baby Trunks, Young Goku.
Oh, she's 18. Oh, I didn't know that.
Future Mai, Kid Goku in Super, and a bunch of no-name characters in Dragon Ball Z. So shout out to them.
Yeah.
Are you ready for question number 3?
I'm so fucking ready for question 3.
All right. Who does Sub Goku share a voice actor with in One Piece?
Yes.
So which One Piece character has the same voice as Goku in Japanese sub?
Yeah. This is a problem because I this is another one that I'm like, I know, but like I don't. Shit. Is it? Let me think. I know it's not like fucking. I don't know. It's not gonna be Chopper. It's not gonna be Nami. It's not gonna be no. But
let me throw you a bone here. The character was introduced pre-time skip, and I'll say kind of early.
Okay,
maybe early is a little too narrow of a term. Maybe that hasn't helped you, but that's what I'm gonna stick with.
I'm gonna go with. You know what? I'm shot in the fucking dark. Nojiko, Nami's sister. That's what I'm gonna say.
That is unfortunate. The correct answer is Dr. Reen from Jump Island.
Dr. Reed? Actually, I didn't know that. I'm going to level with you. I actually didn't even know that. I thought I knew that, but I did not know that.
Neither did I. Shout out to...
That's actually really fun.
Shout out to Masako Nozawa, the voice actress for Dr. Reen and Goku. Fun fact, not only does she voice Goku, but she voices his entire family tree, like his father, his sons, and maybe whoever else, except his brother Raditz.
Oh, that's
which is
actually kind of funny. I think that in the dub, it's similar, but there's a couple more characters. So anyone that's an older version of Goku is Sean Schimmel. Schimmel? I think it's Schimmel. Except for the now Kai version of DBZ, I think Gohan adult got a new VA. But I do believe Sean did him at one point in time as well. So like Goku and Gohan old were both Sean. And then any young version of Goku or his kids were all Colleen Clickenbeard for a long time.
Wild. So those are Zach's 3 questions. Would you like to take a shot at my bonus question, which is not DBZ related?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to do it. So yeah.
All right. So feel free to ask me to repeat my question because it's a little wordy. Here it goes. There is a cosmological concept that believes our universe is comprised of 3,000 world systems, which each of those systems consists of 1,000 world clusters, and each of those clusters consisting of 1,000 worlds. A billion-fold worlds, if you will. What religion does this concept come from? Hint, this concept inspires Zoro's recent named attack this week.
Okay, so it's the religion. You're not telling me to define Chiliocosm.
Correct. I've technically already done that for you.
Yeah. I was like, okay. I thought that was going to be the bit here. Okay, so the religion that invented the concept of Chiliocosm. Well, shit. That's a great question. I feel like I gotta go Buddhist, don't I? No, that feels weird. I'm gonna say... Because, like, that's kind of his whole deal. Like, he's always, like, trying to be, like, Shiva. But that is Shiva in the... Fuck, what pantheon is that? Can I ask that? Can you tell me what pantheon Shiva's in? Because that's the one I picked. The one with, like, the elephant in it and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ganesh and Shiva.
I'm trying to ask myself if I should answer that question.
I picked that pantheon. That's the pantheon I picked.
You know, fair enough. That pantheon is indeed Buddhist. Actually, no. I think, I guess in my brain, I associate Ganesh and Shiva with Hinduism more, but like Buddhism and Hinduism are really closely related and tend to share a lot of things. Fuck it, whatever. You kind of got it right. You said Buddhism at the first. I'm gonna give it to you. Congratulations.
Right, but I sort of pivoted though. I don't know. I don't know if I deserve that. You know, how about this? You give me a half point for the bonus and give me a half point for the shared voice actor one because I did know a bunch of dub, but I just wanted to make it hard on myself. And so out of 4 questions, I got 1. We round out to a 1 point.
You know, it works for me.
Great. Fantastic. I love losing.
We saved the overall average. No zeros.
No zeros, baby. No, we're not batting a 0. We're batting a 0.25.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. But all right, that was fun. And thanks, Zach, for the questions. I guess I got to brush up on my fucking DBZ lore. Shit. I feel like if I thought about the first question more, I could have gotten it. And I definitely could have gotten Krillin and Luffy if I just needed something to like make those fucking synapses clasp. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like sometimes they just stare at each other for long periods of time and they just like, I don't know, man.
Sometimes they just don't be reaching hard enough. That's unfortunate.
They don't be reaching, is all I'm saying. They're like, listen, I'm in my corner here. You're in your corner. I don't want to touch you. And the other one's like, honestly sane. And I hate that about my brain. It'd be honestly really nice if y'all could like fucking hold hands more often. But anyway, Justin, do you want to do the thing? You want me to do the thing? I don't know. Which one of us wants to do the thing here?
You got it. Thank you for listening to our show tonight. If you wish to follow us on social media, we are available on Twitter and Instagram at Panda Sightings. If you wish to send us emails like Emerson and like Zach, you could do so at pandasightings@gmail.com. If you wish to financially support us, we have a Patreon. It is very helpful. We appreciate any and all financial contributions. I am slowly working on making content. I swear it won't be dry forever. If you wish to financially support us less directly, but get stuff out of it, we have a Redbubble merch shop where you get all types of stickers, designs that can be put on bottles, pillows, bandanas, etc., courtesy of our lovely artists and community member Panda. We're on YouTube now if you really want and care for that. That's not getting monetized, so like, if you want YouTube, you got it. And join our Discord. If you want
YouTube, you got it.
Join our Discord. Hey. Our Discord is great. We have wonderful community members who will welcome you with open arms. And the one community member who likes stabbing people. But don't worry about her. She's cool. She's great. She has a really cute dog named Nova.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I think that is everything.
All right. Well, Justin did a great job.
Actually, you know what? I forgot one really important thing, and I've been forgetting about it for months. To all of the people who participate in the engagement tab on Spotify where it says like, oh, how do you feel about today's episode? Whatever the questionnaire is. I see those responses. I appreciate those responses. I am very sorry that Spotify sucks and does not allow me to engage with those responses in any meaningful way. But keep doing it. A lot of you are really funny and write really good bangers. We appreciate it. And so that one person out there who just leaves a fire emoji every week, I appreciate you.
I see the fire emoji guy every week and I'm like, oh, thanks, man. Literally every week. It's the fucking Haku did nothing wrong all over again.
God bless. Love that guy, whoever you are.
God bless. We love that. Yeah, no, totally agree. I do read them from time to time as well.
And I think that is officially
now Justin, if you'll excuse me, I need to wrap this recording up because I just got this. I got this hankering. Sometimes you just got a feeling you need something in your life. You know what I mean?
And what exactly do you need right now?
I need some Apple Jacks. I haven't had a bowl of Apple Jacks since I was probably like 10 years old.
Honestly, dude, what a mood.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. I've been staring at fucking pictures of Applejack cereal bars for the better part of the last hour and a half. I haven't gotten off this subject. So if you don't mind me, I'm going to get out of here, skate, and go get myself a bowl of cereal.
You got it, buddy. I'm going to see if I can find myself one, too. Here we come. We are Cinnamon.
Here I come. I am Cinnamon.